Okay, sorry. Okay. We're going to go calculating total interest with simple interest. So we've kind of made a question here. You want to borrow $450. The bank will give you the money at a rate of 3.5% simple interest per year. You only need to borrow the money for 100 days, so then you're going to pay it back. How much do you pay in interest? So let's build our formula and then try to pull out the variables from the question that we have here. So A is equal to either P plus PRT, or A is equal to P times 1 plus RT. Both are the exact same formula, okay? So here's some of the questions. What is our principal in this question? How much are we starting with?
0.
We're going to start with 0, but in fact we're going to borrow money. 400, yeah. You could even think of it as negative, but we're borrowing $450, okay? So we have $450. That is going to be the principal in both of these, okay? What interest rate was the bank going to give us?
3.5.
3.5. And how long was it going to take to accrue 3.5? A month, a day?
Year.
Per year. Okay, that's going to be important, okay? And that stands for the R. And finally, how long were we actually going to borrow the money for?
100 days.
Only 100 days, okay? So that's where that per year comes in and ends up being really important, okay? We're going to have to figure out how much we're going to owe the bank back after 100 years. 100 years. After 100 days. 100 years would be a long time. So, most of this is pretty straightforward. A is equal to 450 plus 450 times, what's 3.5% as a decimal, do you know?
0.035.
Perfect. Okay. But here is the tricky part, the time. And I'm going to do both formulas side by side just so you can see that we're going to end up at the same answer. 450, 1 plus 0.035. So here's my question. Time. The percent is per year, but we only need 100 days. How do we calculate time here? Let's say, so because it's per year, it needs to be written as a year. So normally, the way I build one, if it was, let's say it took 1 year, right? We usually write the number 1. But let's say we're going to represent that with days. Well, to represent it with days, we'd write 365 divided by 365. Well, what's 365 divided by 365? 1. And that's why we write it as 1. Okay, let's take that away now. So, instead of doing a whole year, we know it's out of 365. How many days are we doing out of 365? 100. So we've turned this into a fraction, okay? So in this case, we're dealing with time as a fraction. And this is where it gets a little bit trickier, okay? All that means is we're dealing with a fraction. It's not really that big of a deal. We can still make all of the exact same calculations. So we can take out a calculator and start calculating this. So first thing I'm going to do is calculate the year, or the decimal value of what this fraction is. Then I'm going to multiply it by this decimal value. Okay, so I'm going to deal with this equation on the left first. So let's go to our calculator. Oh, I have a newer version of it. Okay, great. So we said it was 100 divided by 365. So there's our decimal value, okay? It's great, they've populated on the left side for us. That is going to be multiplied by 0.035, okay? So that number is going to be important to us. Well, you know, in one of the instances we were adding it to 1. Actually, I'm going to write it down. So 0.0095, I'm just going to say 96, okay? 0.0096. In fact, I think I should be able to, there it is. Nope, never mind. I'll try it a different time. Over here, A is equal to 450, 1 plus 0.0096. Thank you. And in this one, A was equal to 450 plus 450 times 0.0096. Okay. On the right, it's going to be pretty simple. We're just adding 1 to it. So A is going to be equal to 450 times 1.0096. On the right, we got to multiply by 450, and then we have to add 450 to it. It's still going to be about the same process. We'll bring that calculator out again. I think I can do it this way. There it is. Nuts. I dragged the wrong one. I want this one to go away. Should really not be playing around with this right now. Nuts, I don't even know how to get. Oh, there we go, got rid of it. Phew. It's this one. Got it. Okay, let's do a little multiplication here. 1.0096 times 450. Great. So we got our A is equal to $454.32. On this side here, we had, it was 0.0096 times 450. Okay, that gave us that value plus 450. $454.32, and that is the exact same value, $154.32. That's the exact same value we got in both, so it didn't matter which equation. But the real question asked you is, how much interest did you pay? How would I calculate how much interest I paid? What did we start with? How much did I originally borrow? $450. So now I got to pay them back $454, right? So I'm going to kind of move it in blue in the top right corner here because we started with $450, okay? And they're actually going to, my loan is going to say I owe them $454.32, and I actually only started with $450. We just have to subtract these two values, and we're going to end up with $4.32. That's the amount of interest that we're actually going to be paying them, right? Not that large of an amount over 100 days, okay?